Testing 1, 2, 3. HeirofCarthage here. Testing sound. Hello and welcome back to the channel, folks. HeirofCarthage here. Appreciate you being here today. I think I have something that you're going to enjoy. Although I am not playing a dedicated campaign with Nurgle to start with in the game, eventually we will. I wanted to make sure that we gave Papa Plague some coverage here, because I know a lot of you are very excited for him, and although they look extremely disgusting, there are lots of really cool animations and neat features and fun mechanics that come along with Nurgle, so even though it's not my first choice to go to, I definitely want to give it coverage because they deserve it. So here is Nurgle. Let's look at the race effects here. Basically, they can concoct plagues, and they can spread them across the world and afflict you, or they might afflict your own assets. And then you have cyclical buildings. Settlements will grow over time and will then wither and die out. So it's kind of interesting. It'll be a lot different. We'll go check it out and see what it plays like. And then let's go ahead and jump in here. Obviously, Ku'Gath Plaguefather is the one that we're going to be playing as with the Poxmakers of Nurgle. Here's their start position on the map, so it's a lot further west, or not a lot further west, but west of Tzeentch. And it's going to be, I think it's Khorne that's somewhere around in this area. I could be wrong. We'll find out for sure. But let's go over here to the Lord details and check out what we're up against. And then I'm going to change this. I'm just going to put it on normal because this is just us exploring the campaign, not me going out trying to test my ability to win a campaign. And I want to feel what this is like before I get into all of them. So I always play on normal first so I can see what a campaign's like, and then I'll have an idea of what we're up against over time. They get extra growth. They have cheaper recruitment cost for Nurglings. They get extra health on recruitment for Nurglings. And Nurglings, as you'll see, are just kind of like a fodder unit, but they're very helpful because you're going to have to tank a lot of things as Nurgle. That's the way they play. They're slow, tanky, and they like to heal. And then they debuff enemies, so they have to play that way. Anyway, the Lord effects, infection cost is 50% lower for the Lord's army, Nurgle corruption +2, and then you get a chance of a plague spreading 15% extra as you go through. So let's start the campaign. We're not going to mess with cutscenes. You've seen the cuts. Well, you haven't seen the cutscene for this one. You know what? Let's watch the cutscene for this one, and then we'll get in and check out the campaign map, play around on that for a bit.
The gallows tree, dwelling of Ku'Gath, father of plagues. There is no greater brewmaster of phage and pox than he. To describe the squalor of the fetid sewer is impossible. I risked my very flesh to tread it. Ku'Gath thought me but another specimen for his grotesque experiments. Before the rot consumed me, I offered something finer. Belagor has imprisoned the god-bear of Kislev.
Oh, how delightful. If Belagor has struck, there'll be plenty of carrion for me.
Ursun himself lies dying, fatally wounded in the Forge of Souls.
A dying god. The finest corpse from which to brew a plague.
A god-pox, mighty Ku'Gath.
A godpox. You tempt me, old man. But I cannot reach the Forge of Souls. The Maelstrom prevents us.
I can reach it and guide you to the dying bear.
And why would you do this, little healthy mortal?
For a single drop of Ursun's blood. That is my fate.
Blood for you, the body for me.
I'm not gonna lie, Plague Daddy is pretty disgusting.
Our goal is to harvest the god bear's corpse, the perfect specimen to create the most unholy of plagues, the god pox.
Sounds like chicken pox, but you know, just a little bit more rampant.
I love the murk. But this time, I require clarity. Infected you'll be if you do not allow me to see.
Our travels from the gallows tree to the sunken sewers place us much closer to mortal lands. All the better for you to unleash your brews and ensure we are powerful enough to breach the realm of chaos when the time comes. Ogres encroach on our land and squat in Glutport, our access point to the frozen sea. Get rid of them.
Oh, they're gonna be squatting once they get some of my plague.
We must be wary of leaving our eastern flank exposed even as we look south. For hated dwarfs recolonize Karak Dum, a beachhead in the Chaos Wastes they have no intention of losing.
They're gonna lose their lunch, though.
And southwards, just across the sea, are tribes of mortals, followers of the dark gods, easy to corrupt and make puppets of, or even vanquish. Food for your plague bearers. But it is through Black Blood Pass where frail Kislev lies supine and ready for infection. You shall bring misery upon its people before defiling their god. I can see you are eager to begin, feculent brewmaster. So let us conquer in Grandfather's name.
Feculent? Who does this guy think he is? He's lucky I don't get to make the choices of Ku'Gath, because I would have just dumped that guy straight in the plague cauldron. You know, you all know how I feel towards Crowboy. It's been that way for a long time. Alright, so Ku'Gath, Plaguefather. Let's check it out. Let's check out how they play. So it's Chaos. We've seen this with Tzeentch and the other Chaos factions, so you're at war with everybody who's not another Chaos faction. Plagues, Nurgle-ish factions can create plagues with customized effects and spread them to unfortunate enemies. Now, this I like. It's like Grom's cooking. It probably spreads plagues to anybody who eats it as well. And then we got cyclical buildings, which we mentioned, so once they're constructed, they kind of go up and down, so that's going to be interesting. Nurgle growth. The growth rate in Nurgle-controlled provinces is tied to the local level of Nurgle corruption. That's interesting. A great game, so we're competing with all the other Chaos factions to spread corruption. So, let's take a look at a few things. First, let's take a look at the technology tree for Nurgle, and here it is. Come to Grandfather, so diplomatic relations with Khorne and Slaanesh. Or we can do growth and settlements, plague symptom fever, huh? You know, this is like, it's fun, but it's almost like too realistic right now. There's like a different fever and plague going through my household like every week or something here right now. I'm sure everybody's feeling this all over the world. It's like everybody's sick. Seems like that's the time right now. In fact, just had one of my little boys get over something, so I'm sure that the next one of us is up. All right, yeah, you know what? Let's unlock the new plague system. That seems like fun. Let's grab a highly infectious. Seems to fit the unfortunate time that we're facing as a planet. All right, so here's our plague cauldron. Base plague. We got pox, buboes, ague, or however you say that, rot, and palsy. Interesting. Plague effects. So that's our base. So this is definitely somewhat like Grom's Cauldron. Effect selection. We gotta have infections cost. Summon a plague cultist. Okay, so we can get a hero. Interesting. Plague cultists will be summoned at Ku'Gath Plaguefather, but we don't have enough infections. We only got 50 infections right now. Symptoms. We don't have any symptoms open. Or we don't have enough money for it. Let's just try something here. Let's see. So on Nurgle stuff, we get +5 infections when it spreads, +2 corruption. Not bad, not bad. Plague effect on Nurgle settlements, we get increased growth. This one hurts our replenishment. Let's see, all units suffer attrition, campaign movement. Oh, that sucks. Why would we win? Oh, non-Nurgle armies. Okay. Nurgle settlements. So some of them have effect on non-Nurgle settlements. Some of them on Nurgle, some on... Yeah, okay, so it's mixed here. I get it. I am looking at this for the first time, by the way, so that you can see it for the first time as well. Stonable unit Nurglings. That's pretty cool. And then we get extra Nurgle corruption. I like this. That's a decent base plague. Let's take that. The army infected. So Ku'Gath's army is infected. And it looks like the ogres picked up a little plague too. That's what you get for eating scraps off the floor from around the sunken sewers. And what are you thinking? Just what are you thinking? All right, so the cyclical buildings. Is interesting. We can build something here. That is odd. I'm gonna have to get used to that. So, okay, here's what it costs us to build. They're expensive. Wow, yeah, that's much more expensive. Casualty replenishment rate, income, Nurgle corruption. Cannot build this one. Upgrade your main chain settlement first. Income and control, income and a lot of growth. That's a lot of growth. Helps with garrison as well, it's not bad. It's like all of them do though, they have different impacts on it. Let's go with this one with a little bit of income, lots of growth. Seems like that would be appropriate. Let's take Ku'Gath and go give these ogres a beatdown. Let's go ahead and fight this, check out some of the units up close. I want you all to see these. Now, I do have to say, I have very limited time. I'm trying to save... I can only release either a total of 5 videos or 200 minutes of footage. Yes, I want to cover multiplayer. I've played some multiplayer battles. Honestly, my favorite multiplayer battles I've played so far with other people are with factions that I can't show yet. So rather than just force something out there from a multiplayer standpoint, I'm just going to wait until I can show the good battles that I've got, and I'll wait for that moment. If you want to see some more on multiplayer, I noticed that Milk and Cookies Total War Indie Pride, he had a good video of talking about the new Domination mode. I have played Domination mode. It's fun. I have a good time with it. I do think it's a great future for the Total War multiplayer community. I think it's going to be a really nice addition. Now, that said, like I said, I can't cover it in great detail yet. I am planning on playing in a tournament eventually. I think CA is hosting it, and a bunch of us who have early access are going to just kind of play, and it's going to be kind of a fun social tournament. Anyway, let's get things going here. Let's let you see some of the units up close, though, before we get going. Check out these toads. These things are awesome looking, huh? These are going to be the Plague Toads of Nurgle. They're a nice anti-infantry tool. Not great against armor. Mid-armor themselves. Magic attacks. Poison. Decent charge bonus. Like everything Nurgle, kind of slow. Considering it's a monstrous cavalry or infantry type unit. Here's some Plague Bearers of Nurgle. See how disgusting and ugly they are. These are solid mainline infantry. I would say they're comparable in a lot of ways, maybe like other than speed, to Savage Orcs. Like they're going to hit hard but be low armor. But again, they do poison and magic. So, I mean, if you have anything that has physical resist, Nurgle is going to absolutely obliterate it. And here's the cute little Nurglings that you've all been waiting for. I know this was what people really came here for. The animations on the Nurglings is just freaking awesome. Like, I mean, just look at this. Like little minions everywhere. So yeah, Nurglings are really, really cool looking units. And can't get enough of that, so good. Their animation is just so well done. If you used to play tabletop, or you still play tabletop, is this awesome or what? I mean, isn't this insane to see all the little things come to life? Like, I mean, CA did an incredible job with these Nurglings. Anyway, speaking of Nurglings, they do have some physical resistance. They have literal 0 armor. They maintain the magic and poison attacks, so Nurgle's going to be doing that. They're not real great units, but they're great in expendability, and they can Vanguard deploy, okay? That's pretty much their thing. That's what they do. And, oh, they have this special ability, too. Let's call that out. Get on there. All right, so it's this demonic instability. Oh, yeah, no, never mind. That's just the instabilities. Never mind. I was thinking it was some kind of thing. It's just where demonic units crumble. Oh, we didn't check out Ku'Gath, where the flyers. I can't cheat you all of that. So here is Ku'Gath's crap throne. You can imagine why it's called that. It's just absolutely covered in filth. It is horridly disgusting. He's always scratching himself, and he is a ranged unit. He's got pretty solid range at 400. He does good missile strength, too. He's good against kind of blobbed infantry targets, from what I've seen. And here are some Chaos Furies of Nurgle, all covered with disgusting green color. And then we've got our Plague Drones of Nurgle. These are Death's Head over here. So these ones have a short range, pretty powerful missile attack, albeit limited ammunition. So that's that. And oh, here, we'll go give you a look at the Ogre units over here too. So we're up against a Glorub the Tyrant here. There's an Ogre Tyrant. See his stats there. And he's got some Nobblers with him. Looks like some Ogre Bulls. That's about it. Not much of an army. But anyway, let's go check this out. Give Daddy Ku'Gath some corpses to use for his Pox Cauldron. I'm going to target the Nobblers. They'll be the best target for Ku'Gath, I think. And then I'm going to take these Plague Drones. They could probably do some pretty good damage to that Tyrant. And we're going to use our Nurglings to spoil the charge of any Ogre units. And then we'll follow up with our Plague Bearers. And our Toads we'll use for follow-up as well, since they cause some pretty good damage. In fact, I'm going to swing the Toads to the middle. Alright, here comes the Plague Drones. I'm not going to put them on defensive, actually. Oh yeah, they're doing some nice damage there. Let's watch them in action. Yes, you can see them spitting their disgusting-looking plague crap all over the Ogre. Look at Ku'Gath. See, he's shredding into these Nobblers. Not that Nobblers are a unit that I would really have much respect for, but still. Go ahead and send the attack from the second line. Send some more Nurglings over here. So again, we're using the Nurglings just to tie stuff down. Not surprised that the Nobblers routed. Honestly, kind of expected. Go hunt them down. Gonna keep shooting the Tyrant. See how well the Nurglings stop the charge and just kind of bog an enemy down? And once they have them bogged down, then you send in your reinforcements. Let them get to work. So let the Nurglings tank some of the damage, start the poisoning process, slow them down. Plague Toads looking awesome. I cannot believe the visual improvements hit in this game. It is spectacular. Look at that skybox and background, and then the unit models. It is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. So, love the updates that CA has brought to it. Can't wait for you all to get hands-on with it as well. You can see we are not great against large, but see how we just kind of swamp with numbers here and all those hit points? It's just in a good shape. We did have some debuff here. Let's debuff those bulls. Well, actually, I should have debuffed the other guy. We also had a Stream of Corruption spell, but Ku'Gath is, I should have had him a little farther forward to buff the leadership, but, you know, he's kind of an artillery platform. He got 54 kills by himself. And then the Tyrant is in the process of being dealt the plague business here. There are Plague Drones into melee, Nurglings everywhere. There is no amount of antibiotics or antivirals that is going to save that Ogre. He is going to be sick for eternity, being surrounded like that. So yeah, there's your first look at Daddy Ku'Gath in action there. Let's keep playing a little more. I'm going to try and hold this episode to around 30 minutes, because again, I got to fit in other stuff with my 200 minutes of footage. And I started that Tzeentch campaign, and so over the course of the next week until the next embargo drops, I want to save a few of those so I can keep releasing that Tzeentch campaign and keep those episodes coming for you all. So we can eat the captives, which I like, because that'll replenish all our troops and we can stay on the move.
I'm worthy of my best ailments.
All right, let's see what his skill trees look like. So his magic, he's got some interesting stuff here. There's it's Nurgle lore, I think. He's got Children of Nurgle. So it triggers when you're casting a spell, and it heals hit points for a few seconds. We got Stream of Corruption, which is that tier attacked thing, or it's like a wind spell kind of. It's increased armor, piercing damage when you upgrade it. So that's pretty good. That's not bad. If it's decent against armor, that'll certainly be useful. I got Curse of the Leper here, and so Curse of the Leper is going to give us extra armor. And melee damage reflection? What? Reflects melee damage dealt to unit back at the attacker. That is awesome. That is really cool. And we got Rancid Visitations here, which is a direct damage spell. It's good versus a single character. And we got Fleshy Abundance, which is going to be a... that's some pretty solid healing. It's 20 seconds of healing, and then probably upgrade it even more out of it. So that's going to be nice. Then we got Blight Boil here, which is a big explosion. So some pretty cool magic for Ku'Gath. Let's look at the top tree up here. Growth after winning a battle. Nurgling Tide. So this summons a unit of Nurglings that is capable of self-destructing. That's awesome. Melee defense for Nurglings. Unlocks hero recruitment Plague Ridden. That's nice. We get some hero recruitment. Nurgle Corruption increase. Chance of spreading plagues increases. Extra ammunition for them. Healing. Plus a reduction in upkeep for Nurglings. Yeah, so Nurglings heal at that point. Oh man, that'd be sick with Nurglings that heal. That'd be a mess. You got Plaguefather's Oration here, which is going to improve defense and leadership. And Lord of Stench, which is going to drop melee attack and speed. With the Slime Trail, but then it also drops the upkeep for Great Unclean Ones. That's really cool. That's some nice stuff there. Check out some of these other ones. This is going to be a buff to any of the units that you want to pick here. And Despoilers, Unholy Resilience. Yeah, some pretty standard stuff in the rest of that. So that's pretty good. I like that. Nice skills. Should be a lot of fun to play. Let's do some summon units. Holy crap. You can already get these big monsters and stuff? That's insane. Number of available units. 1 of 5. No way. We can just summon in all these awesome units. That's spectacular. I love it. Well, we're definitely going to need plenty of Nurglings to absorb any damage. I think the Toads are good for anti-infantry duty. A Plague Bearer. Can't go wrong with a Plague Bearer, can we? And we don't have the funds to recruit anything else at this point, but let's go ahead and do this recruiting.
More
Alright, sweet. So that's a pretty interesting recruitment. We can snag a bunch of stuff really easy like that. Hey, I'm not going to complain. I'll take a whole bunch of units. Let's do Route Marcher first. Get that little bit of extra campaign movement. And we have summoned units to us, so we don't need to sit still. We can go ahead and attack the Glut Port. So let's do that. And here is the Glut Port. Says casualties will be medium. I think that's a fat load of crap, to be honest. But I don't have a ton of... Well, I mean, I don't have a ton of time to waste on this. Let's just go ahead. I'll fight it for you all. Because I love you. We got our plague going. Might as well fight it. You all like battles. It seems like people are really enjoying these minor settlement battles as well. Alright, the battle is underway. I'm kind of getting some fighting spun up here. There's some ogre bulls and stuff. These are going to hurt bad. See if we can use our Nurglings to bait a charge here. We'll follow up. I'm going to see if I can start taking the tower out from here. Yeah, see here, I use the Nurglings to go in first. Kind of tank some of the damage, then I'm going to follow up Toads and other units. I'm attacking from multiple sides to see if I can gain some advantage here. I'm going to save my ammo on that and go help my guys attack that tower. I'm going to try. There's multiple towers already. I'm trying to get to some of these supply points. See if we can cut them off. I don't know whether it's going to work. Okay, the AI is retreating here, so let's get into these Nobbler Trappers and other units that are busy retreating. That did bait a charge. These Mournfang Cavalry are trying to end over their head here. Let's go use Ku'Gath to help out. I'm going to debuff guys. Don't expect great potential with Ku'Gath and melee. There's so many towers right now. Let's go take them out. I don't know why the AI is fleeing from me with these units. My Toads are catching them, and they're hurting them pretty bad. And then right there, the Mournfang Cavalry. My units aren't particularly good against them, but they're not particularly good against me either. So we're really giving those guys some trouble at the moment. And they just got terrified there. I don't really want this fight right now. My intention is actually to come over here. Alright. Let's see if we can finish off that Nobbler Trap. I'll send one unit over here to keep that busy, and I'll use my Nurglings and Toads to finish off the Nobbler Trappers. And now we're ready to get into an engagement over here. Again, we're going to use the Nurglings to tank these Ogre Bulls, and I'm going to try and follow up with my other units. These Ogre Bulls have a pretty solid position to fight from. I don't know how well it's going to go for us. Over here, though, we've got a pretty good advantage rolling. Got another tower down. Let's take this one out. Alright, the Mornfang Cavalry are going to keep harassing us, so let's see if we can finish that blob off. I really wanted to just bypass that blob, but I'm getting a pretty good engagement right here. Look, they're already about to have their towers rebuilt. Towers are so busted right now. CA, please. Fix the towers. Fix the towers. They are a mess. These units will be busy non-stop for the entire battle, tearing down towers. It is an absolute crapshoot. And I guess crapshoot's a nice joke, considering who we're playing as here. See how long it takes us to kill these guys, but we're also tanky, so we're like struggling to kill each other. There's nothing gonna happen fast right now in this battle. Head to the next tower. We're gonna be on permanent tower duty. Fang Cavalry is poisoned, should start taking damage. Yeah, so you can see, we move incredibly slow. These trappers are just running away from us. I have no idea why. Let's go take their capture point. This fight over here is not looking good. Pull the toads back for a second. What's this here? Whatever ogres they had backed up. Try and get in a better position to do some capping, so we're about to tear down that tower. Look, they're already rebuilding this one. Gotta love those towers, baby. Let's just keep debuffing with Ku'Gath. Alright. Another tower down. Might as well go re-tear this one down. I'm gonna make a capture here, and I'm gonna try and outflank with these toads to help in this fight, because we're in an uphill battle here, quite literally. I'm gonna wait till the other toads arrive, and then we'll try and squish them between both toads. Yeah, gotta be patient with Nurgle, because ain't nothing coming fast. Fast isn't exactly how this faction works. See us wearing down the ogres here. Excellent. Excellent. There we go. All right, now here's another capture point we can get into. So I'm going to try and start taking away these capture points. All right, so that tower is down. Straight back to this one. And we keep playing tower ping pong. It is so fun. It's not, folks. Towers need to be changed. I'm okay with their price. I'm okay that you can build them. They just need to change the cooldown time on them to like double or even triple what it is right now. Triple would be my preference. That way if you kill a tower, it ain't coming back real quick, right? It's going to be at least 3 to 5 minutes for that thing to come back. Like, they're getting these things back on every 2 minutes flat. Like, there's another tower up, ready to go. Pretty much what they're doing. Every 2 minutes, there's a tower up. Alright, we just captured one of the points. That hurt the enemy morale. Look, here's the enemy leader as well. We definitely crushed his Nobblers there that got pinched between the 2 units of toads. Somehow the Nobblers managed to solidify their leadership, though. That's frustrating. What's this? Alright, done with the tower. There's another one. Trust me, there's always another tower. Those Nobbler trappers are likely to just keep running away from me, so I'm going to take Daddy Ku'Gath here. I'll let you all see this animation, too. It's pretty good. He basically pulls a whole bunch of like innards out of himself and just hucks it at the enemy. Pretty brutal. Your puny gobbler, or trapper, Nobbler knives, goblin knives, whatever they are. They're no match for Daddy Ku'Gath. There we go. I think he's pulling Nurglings out of there. Throw all the knives at me you want. Ain't gonna work, uglies. Isn't that funny? Me calling someone ugly while playing as Nurgle? Alright, so that is 2 supply points captured. And the enemy tyrant is over here. Or Firebelly. He's a Firebelly. It actually means he'd probably be pretty good against us with his magic. I would imagine Nurgle probably doesn't enjoy fire magic. I just had to wager a guess. Look, they just built another tower over here. So they got that tower. We took away these ones, though, so they can't rebuild those. That's fantastic. Start moving towards the capture point. Here in about 15 minutes, we'll get there. Build another tower onto the next tower. So what is that, like 5 or 6 towers at least already that we pulled out of here? I'm going to get my 2 toads out of this fight. They're getting a little bit beat up by that fire belly. I'm going to throw these plague bearers in. The toads aren't going to do particularly good, and we really just need to bog that fire belly down. This battle honestly should be over. I don't know why the AI hasn't been chain routed at this point. It's a little bit strange. Let's fast forward because we are not missing much here. This is just going to be a real slow grind out. Like I said, don't expect to do anything in a hurry, Nurgle. Ain't nothing coming fast. This should be over. Should have already been over. There we go. All right. So done. Took the ogre settlement. Let's load back out of here. I don't have much time to show Nurgle, so I'm not going to do any more battles. Let's just do a little bit more campaign gameplay. Like I said, I'm very limited on time now because I have to save some of the other videos that I can make from this thing so that I can keep the Tzeentch campaign going. The next embargo is next week, so you all can keep an eye out for that. Going to be fun. I will continue to do my best to cover Warhammer 3 for you. All right. So, Glutport is ours. It's a good start. Looks like we still got Stormvrak Mount and Darko Wharf. We need to capture, but we are all done with our movement points for this turn. We did pick up some more cash, which is nice. Let's do Inspiring Presence and start upgrading some of our units. And then we've got some money. It's not a ton, but it's enough to grab a Beast of Nurgle. And I'm thinking that looks like a lot of fun. So let's recruit the Beast of Nurgle. And we've got a Herald, or is this a hero? Okay, this is a plague-ridden hero. Let's pull that down. Daddy Ku'Gath, let him support. There we go. Let's see what his stats look like. Show the stats up here. Just giving hero effects right now. Okay, alright. So, Pestilent Growth, Casualty Replenishment, Campaign Movement Disabled. 2 turns, we don't want to do that. Let's go ahead and end our turn here. See if we can go snatch another settlement. Alright, so we can get on the move. Our army is still plaguing. Hopefully we'll be spreading this to other people because then that gives us extra corruption spread, I believe. We have to be in our... Yeah, we have to be in our own territory to do summons. Take this. What's all this medium casualty crap? I didn't take medium casualties on the last one, but I don't have time to fight it, so I'm going to have to just get screwed by the auto-resolve. We lost a toad. Kind of sucks, but we can probably recuperate pretty quickly since we have a summon thing here. Let's grab us a toad. And I'm going to grab one more Chaos Fury. Probably have as many as we can get right now. Probably doesn't hurt to grab extras here. I mean, we got the cash for it. Let's recruit them. Why not spend?
The most infectious.
Okay. Looks like our new units don't come fully replenished. We gotta... I mean, that's kind of the downside of the summoning thing, but that makes sense. Like, if you were just summoning them up right at full strength, that'd probably be a little bit OP. Let's see... Growth... Do this one here, so we have a little bit of a mixture here. And Rot Eaters is going to help Plague Toad and Pox Rider units. Interesting. I would have expected to see Nurglings there. Spawn and Forsaken. East of Nurgle and Nurgling units. So we can improve the speed of those units by 10% and give them more physical resistance. This one's for Rot Flies. This one's for Unclean Ones. This one's for Plague Bearers. And what does it do? They get more armor and melee defense. Heck, at this point I might just go the magic route and go ahead and unlock strong versus a character. That would be helpful for getting rid of lords because we're not really good against large or anything right now. And let's see, our Plague Ridden here. Start him off on the magic tree there. In this turn. Let's see if we can snag all of this province before we end this one. There's our boundary right there. Stay inside my own territory where I at least get a little bit of replenishment. Might as well summon something up there. We're at 20 of 20 now. Alright. In that turn, and then we should be able to go get Darko Wharf. And that'll be, you know, kind of a good show what it's going to be like starting up a Nurgle campaign. Remember, this is on normal. If you're on very hard or legendary, there's going to be a lot more enemy armies up in front of you. So, let's see. Some Furies. So there we go, we got Darko Wharf. So, there we are with the first province secured as Nurgle. See what kind of blessings we can unleash here. Chance of spreading a plague, 50% to local armies, and plague duration plus 100%. That sounds pretty great. I mean, this is Nurgle, so we might as well plague it up. So there you go, folks. That's a look at how Nurgle is going to play slow, steady, and spreading the germs, folks. That is pretty much the summary. Neat little thing here with the infections. I do really like this Plague Cauldron mechanic. Like I said, it feels very similar to Grom. It's neat. I like this. Like, this is a fun way to play the game. Being able to add in other infections and stuff with it's going to be a whole lot of fun because some of these look like they could really add a good time there. Not for those who are infected, but for those doing the infecting. Ku'Gath has some interesting skills and capabilities. The fact that he's kind of an artillery unit is going to make him a little bit unique, so I think that'll be fun. And overall, looking like a good time. So, if you are a fan of Nurgle, if you like all the disgusting maggoty kin, then, well, you're going to like this, and especially those Nurgling animations. Anyway, let me know what you all think. Head down in the comments. Tell me if you're excited to play Nurgle. Is this going to be the first faction for you? Do you not like them? Do they disgust you? Do you just like killing them? You tell me. Anyway, HeirofCarthage signing out for now. Hope you all enjoyed it. I will see you soon.